We have another question that came in via voicemail, so let's take a listen.
Can you do communion with water and bread? How you go about doing the communion?
All right, so this question about communion brings me back to my childhood.
Yes.
I remember our communion was done with grape juice. And yeah, it was quite an experience the first time they explained what communion was to me. So do we have an answer for this question? Can we do communion with bread and water?
So my answer is that I would say likely not. We wouldn't want to do that, and here's the reason why. Jesus chose specific symbols, and those specific symbols were bread that was unleavened. And throughout the Old Testament, and there are many references, I would encourage a person, you were talking about a concordance in the opener, go to the concordance, look up the word leaven, which is the old word for our modern word yeast. During the Passover, that was removed because that was a symbol of sin and what yeast can do. Just a small amount of yeast can raise a whole loaf. And so they would cleanse their house literally of that yeast. And so Christ used that unleavened bread because he was offering his body as a symbol of his pure, sinless body. But then in addition, he uses this symbol of juice. And I would believe that the Bible, and I believe there's a show where they delve into the topic of alcohol versus non-alcoholic wine, so to speak. That juice is pure, unfermented juice. The purity of Christ's blood to cleanse, as 1 John 1:9 talks about, that cleansing effect. And just a little kind of note and a little story. My wife and I make grape juice, and where we actually grind the juice, and you do it in October where it's cold outside, and you let the crushed grapes in this barrel, the stems, the seeds, the skins, all float to the top, and at the bottom you're left with this pure juice. But it's not purple like the juice that you get in the store. When you run that out, and sometimes you'll accidentally spill it on the ground, it looks literally like spilt blood. And so Jesus uses these symbols, but not to be lost in that, the symbol points to a divine reality of the body and blood of Christ being offered for our sins.